got time to explain. I don't got time to explain. Something's coming. Something's coming, man. Something's coming. I don't know what it is, but something's coming. And it's big. It's big, man. It's fucking big.
Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Gallant Bodybuilding, Mountain. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I became one of the bigger natural bodybuilders on the stage back in the day when I was competing, right? So I already put together a video where I talk about some of the things that I applied in order to become better at natural bodybuilding than a lot of people. And of course, some of those things are strategic range of motion, constant tension, stretching the belly of the muscle, those sort of principles. But here's another principle that I think is lost on a lot of people in the exercise industry. And this is going to change your entire perspective of how you see training as a natural bodybuilder. Now, what I'm going to talk about is one of the major pitfalls of weight training and exercise. A lot of people misunderstand what gaining muscle is, or what exercise to gain muscle means, as opposed to exercise just to burn calories. And they think it's the same thing, when really it's not. So when you're bodybuilding or lifting weights, your main focus is to stress the tissue so that it adapts, and you use energy in order to accomplish this. But just burning energy for the sake of energy is definitely not the goal. That will burn you out, and some people have talked about it when they do a lot of reps over and over again, they burn out. Well, this could be one of the reasons. They're burning too much energy all the time, and they're not necessarily focusing on stressing the tissue. So as much as I like high reps and I like changing the rep ranges up, remember your focus is to get stronger or to gain strength endurance, meaning that your muscles are actually stronger. They can contract harder repetitively, but the main focus is to break down that tissue. It isn't to constantly burn energy for the sake of burning energy. So if you're just like pumping constantly all the time, just burning out, you'll notice that sometimes your muscles will shrink. If you're always doing high reps, a lot of people, and myself included, found that if I do like sets of 50 or 60 or 70 reps, there's a lot of muscle groups that I find actually shrank from that type of training. And then other muscle groups that might respond to it okay, like say delts or something, but I find most of the muscle groups do not respond that well to it. Now, of course, you're burning calories, of course, you're exercising, and if this motivates you, that's also okay. And also, if you notice you're getting some results, hey, there are some other variables and factors that might be playing out here that may be applicable to you. So by all means, follow that. But as a general rule, understand that just burning energy for the sake of burning energy is not going to build muscle. And in the long run, you want to build muscle, you want to build strength, and you want to stress the tissue so that you gain more muscle mass. And guess what? Then you end up having a faster metabolism and end up burning off a lot of that fat that you want to get rid of. So in the end, remember, as a bodybuilder, you want to gain strength so that way you can stress the tissue with heavier weight. Because somebody said, hey Jason, why does heavier weight stress the tissue more than lightweight? Well, it just boils down to something as simple as tensile strength, right? If I take a rope and I put a certain amount of tension, like say 100 pounds tension on both sides, pulling in opposite directions, the rope will be able to take that. If I up that to 500,000 pounds on each side, it's gonna snap. Well, it's the same thing with muscle. The higher the weight that your muscle can stand, the more tensile strength that it has. But also, the more muscle breakdown can happen when you use heavier weight. But if you use too much, you'll snap something, right? So that's why I don't recommend using too heavy all the time, because if you do, the chance of you tearing something or pulling something is very significant, right? So you do need to make sure that you rest enough in between workouts, or have a low enough volume in between super frequent workouts so that you can recover. And that's a workout program I'm going to be putting together right now for you. I'm basically experimenting with a new technique that I'm doing right now, and I'm enjoying it actually. It's actually quite fun, but I'm not going to get into it too much, but I did talk about it in the last video. And when I put this together, you're going to understand that sometimes it isn't about just having these high volume workouts. Sometimes it's just about reminding the body that it has to be strong repeatedly, and doing it in a way where it can recover in time for the next time that you stress the muscle, see? Or at least recover mostly, so that you're not in danger of an injury. So I hope this helps you out in your training. I hope this helps you understand that, yeah, stress the muscle, which means not necessarily just burning energy all over the place without any sort of focus, right? You want to focus that power, you want to focus that energy in breaking down the muscle tissue so that it has to be built up. And a lot of times that does include using heavier weight to stimulate the overall system, which I have talked about before. Natural bodybuilders need to stimulate their overall system, to stimulate the endocrine system and the immune system and so forth, to cause an overall hormonal reaction, which causes you also to put on muscle mass. Mountain. And make sure you eat your minerals. You need to eat minerals, okay? Minerals are good. You can find some minerals in liver, find minerals in organ meats, and they're in highly absorbable forms. I eat organ meat all the time, like liver, bone marrow, that sort of thing, and I do use ancestral supplements. They do sponsor this channel as well, but I did start using them and liking them a lot because I think I heard a monster in the woods, sorry. I gotta be careful not to mention organ meats too loudly, because I did set a trap here the other day, so maybe they're coming back for more. I don't know. But anyway, you may find that you need to have more minerals as well in order to make sure that you recover in between workouts. And the minerals and the liver and all the stuff that helps support your blood supply is going to have an integral role, a really integral role in your joint healing capacity, because your joints get less blood flow than the muscles. And so you need that blood to make sure that you're getting that extra blood supply there, carrying the minerals, right? Because if you don't have blood supply to a joint, the minerals aren't going to get there either. So yes, you need minerals in order to produce enough blood, so that way that overflow hits the joints and then there is healing. Voila. But you know, I think there's a way of shortcutting this process. I don't know why Ancestral Supplements hasn't thought about this. I mean, the thing is that it's actually kind of genius. It's pretty genius. I mean, all you have to do is just take a little bit of dirt, pretty good stuff right there, I think. And then you just eat it. It's like, it's nutritious, you know what I'm saying? I think Ancestral Supplements should just give this a try. I think put that in a bottle. I mean, it's instant. Honestly, I think they should give it a try. I think put that in a bottle. Instant marketing idea. I think that's the key to really getting more minerals in your diet. Just eat the dirt, you know, go right back to the source, you know? That's what our ancestors did, I'm sure. Oh, oof. Consult your doctor before using any of this advice. Honestly, I don't think it's really the best, especially the dirt part.